Hey everybody. I'm really excited to tell you about this new project I've been working on. In my travels, I ended up down on the south coast of Big Sur and fell in with a group of young people who are really active in conservation and just land management issues and, trying to do the right thing and grow up secure in an insecure world. And there was a pandemic, and then while I was down there, just a really, really serious fire, and we had a situation where there was a mandatory evacuation. But rather than evacuate our homes, a lot of people dug in and and cut down trees and just stood before a wall of fire and defended what was theirs. And something that I noticed was people fought fiercely to protect land that wasn't even their own. These were caretakers, tenants, people who live on the land by, just really old handshake deals. And these are the people who fight the battles for the landowners. And something that else that I've noticed is because it's a homesteading culture. People came in back in the 1800s on ships. I've heard stories about people who came in on a ship. They brought the timbers for their home. They brought the cattle that they were going to use, to as a livelihood. And they unloaded the ship, and the ship went away. And there they were, in the middle of the mountains. And Big Sur, because of its remoteness, has remained rural to this day. And I was just absolutely amazed by the way that these people live. It's practically a squatter culture, but people are established for multiple generations. They live without electricity, without telephones, without TVs, internet. Um, they burn firewood for heat, propane to cook. Some have solar power. Um, a lot of people have CB radios, and it's a rural culture. And I came to realize that it's an indigenous culture, and it's an indigenous culture that's threatened. The problem is that the State Park Service and other agencies have proven themselves hostile to the maintenance of the lifestyle that the people in the south coast of Big Sur are accustomed to when it comes to raising their children, their cultural values, their musical values, the types of foods they eat and the foods they grow, or the things that they talk about, the things they believe, and the things they love, are threatened by things like tourism and disinterested heirs who think they're doing a nice thing by giving away their land, to the Park Service. But that just gets all the tenants and caretakers, evicted. And so I get this idea that um, just buy the land, take back Big Sur in the old-fashioned way. So when I was in yeshiva, the Rosh Yeshiva taught me about fundraising for nonprofits, and he described to me how the big companies have to give away money. It's part of their budget, and if you got a reasonable pitch, there's a good chance of getting money. So I believe this, immediately, and tried it a few times for a charity that the Rosh Yeshiva had, and I found that it is really easy to get those meetings. And so I've been looking for a charity, and this one, wow, I'm so excited. And so it's hard to get my friends to believe me when I talk in millions, but pretty sure that I can get this thing funded. The problem is that I have to be an organization before I can go and speak, to people, and so um, that's the place I'm holding right now. I wrote the articles of incorporation. I wrote the corporate bylaws. I wrote the agenda for the first board meeting. I've got all the applications together for the application as a California corporation, for employer identification number. I've got the applications for the nonprofit status. So these things are a lot of work, and so I need money for fees. I need, we need to set up an office. Um, Probably could use a little legal help looking over my documents. Um, you know, Starting a nonprofit. I'm one guy, but we all do the best we can, and we find ourselves in the position we find ourselves in, and sometimes we have to step it up. And so I care about my friends. I care about the world I live in. I this is what I'm capable of, and so this is what I'm doing. So anyway, the Big Sur Homestead Foundation is a big deal. It's a real deal. I've got my board of directors together. Um, it's go time. Okay, so I hope I can count on you to help me. I just need some initial funding in order to go and talk to some big corporations and get some corporate sponsors for this project. Okay. So, only good things for all of you, and Zaka Baruch, and Hatzlacha. All right, bye.